Here with Reaction, the Big Money Show co-host Brian Brenberg, along with Washington Examiner editor Kaylee McGee-White. All right, Brian, we'll start with you tonight. Just a bad idea all the way around. Add to that the cost of replacing parts and equipment for farmers. That's through the roof also. And that means that all gets passed on to us.
Absolutely. They got hit first with inflation. That's what you just talked about, $15 billion more in expenses. Now they've got the high interest rates because, of course, they have to borrow money to buy equipment or to float their business from season to season. So it's inflation. Then it's interest rates. Then the Biden administration trots out John Kerry every few months to tell the world that American farmers are the problem. They're the reason that we have climate change. We got to stop eating meat. We've got to change all our food habits. So if I'm a farmer and I'm thinking about 2024 and beyond, first it's inflation, then it's interest rates, now it's John Kerry. I don't want to find out what's next. All I want to do is produce and earn a living. And I think that's what America wants because we're sick and tired of having to pay for all the costs that Biden has foisted on our farmers.
I mean, and every single item that we've been buying, Kaylee, in every single store we go to under Biden inflation has gone up and gone up dramatically. And this is the reason. A lot of it is rooted in this new Green Deal socialism or climate change radical alarmism. It's like a religious cult. But those policies are having a real impact. If I'm an Iowa farmer, I don't know. I'm thinking things aren't looking bright in the future if this guy's elected again.
Right. And what's remarkable is that even as Americans struggle and even as Joe Biden keeps falling in the polls, his White House continues to insist that the economic realities facing Americans today are not all that bad. And that's because the voters who are struggling right now, the farmers in Iowa, the rural Americans, the working class, are not Joe Biden's voters. We have seen a political realignment over the past several years, Sean, one in which the Democratic Party has become the party of the elite, wealthy, and educated. We're still seeing this now as a record number of Hispanic and Black voters say that they're no longer going to support Joe Biden heading into 2024. And that's why Joe Biden can keep looking at Americans in the face and claim that his economic agenda is working. It's because it is for his supporters, for those who can afford to suffer the high cost of inflation, for those who haven't noticed that their wages have stopped growing. This is also why he can continue to push his counterproductive and costly green energy agenda, because his supporters can afford it. They can afford the $60,000 electric vehicle. They can afford to outfit their homes with solar panels. Meanwhile, the rest of America is left struggling.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, we're all paying the price. And you know what? When the people that feed us and feed the world, when we're making their jobs harder and more expensive for them to produce the food that we all want and need that sustains us, that's a big problem. Anyway, Kaylee, thank you. Brian,